Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope all is well. Happy almost June. I can't believe we are already in the mid-year. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is MJ. Welcome to my Creative Intuition Tarot. So this will be a June 2022 general reading for your sign. And as always, please listen to your intuition and take the messages as they resonate, as they feel relevant for you, okay? If you interpret the messages or the cards in a different way than I do, that's absolutely fine, okay? As long as the messages make sense to you because you know your situation best at all times, okay? A few words about the spread that you are going to see in the center. That will be you, because you are in the center of our attention in this reading. This is your predominant energy in the month of June, a major theme, okay? The surrounding cards that you will see around that central card will represent the associated energies. Those may be events, people. Then cards on the right from the spread will be from the bottom of the deck, and on the left from the top of the deck, and they will adapt to your story that you will see in the central spread, but may also represent a separate additional events and messages, okay? And with that said, if you like the way I read cards, or if you just, I hope you do, and if you also spend good time here, I am warmly inviting you to subscribe, leave a like, a comment. I always say that it's a huge creative and spiritual pleasure to be doing those readings for you, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do, okay? So with all that said, let's get to your messages for June 2022. Enjoy. Hey Scorpio, how are you doing? Let's get to your messages for June 2022. Scorpio, I have 18 cards on the table for you. 5 are major arcanas, including your energy. You have the Death, you have the Tower card, one after another. You have the Ten of Swords, which is also that little death vibration or energy in the minor arcana cards, okay? You are coming in strong, okay? Strong and fearless. Large-scale breakthroughs, large-scale transformations, Scorpio. So let's look into the details for you, okay? And I hope you don't mind if I will be taking a sip of coffee from time to time. It's like the 9th reading that I am recording, so I really hope you don't mind. Your central spread, Scorpio, that is very interesting. You have 3 to the 4 of cups over here. On the left, then Prince to the Queen of Wands to the right, okay? So there's like progress, movement, things are happening logically, orderly, there is no chaos. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in the center as your predominant energy or theme. And 2 fours, we have 4 of coins and 4 of cups here. So this tells me of a very solid foundation, Scorpio. Something secure, long-lasting, with number 4 being that number of strong ground. And summed up to 8, it gives me that sense of infinity symbol. That's why I sense something long-term, very stable, secure. It can be anything, okay? And I said you are coming in strong, and here you are. Your central energy explicitly highlighting power. That's what this card is pointing us to, right? So you've built or rebuilt, or you are rebuilding, depending where you are on your timeline. But this is something, you laid solid base for it, and you may have thought it's fragile as the sand castles, okay? You may have not seen, but it turns out that you created an extremely reliable construction, okay? Whatever that is for you, primarily I feel very solid financial grounds and security. I feel your career is stable. It's okay in your home environment. Again, it will be different for everyone, but it generally feels very stable and secure. Whatever is happening in your life, you feel good and stable. You are also like mentally, creatively resourceful. Maybe it's your creative project that turns out to be bigger than you perceived or planned. Or maybe a relation as well. Like you recognize your resources, okay? Some of you may feel, and this is very specific, but some of you may feel isolated in that resourcefulness. It's not that much about physical isolation, more like isolated in the sense of not being fully understood. But you're okay with it. It's like it doesn't impact you negatively. There's a feeling or a sense of acceptance. It may specifically refer to spiritual resources for some of you, but it's not limited to that. It's just that there is this sense of being isolated, but you're fine with it. I hope that makes sense. Well, I mean, if it resonates with you, you know what that is. If not, then probably it's just not your energy. So the 3 to the 4 of cups right here, that gives us 7 cups. So the card of dreams, daydreaming, visualizing, but also having plenty options to choose from, okay? The 3 of cups is a card of happiness. This is celebration. And in this deck, look, it specifically points out to abundance. So combined with the 4 of cups, which in this deck unusually points out to luxury, okay? So you have abundance and luxury. There's emotional, spiritual, creative abundance. There's plentifulness, soul level happiness, with this summing up to 7 being your spiritual number. I feel you really dream big because with the 4 of coins, you recognize your resources and the power that the resources have, and that you can really make every dream come true if you put those resources to work or invest them. Okay? And resources can be anything. Remember, it can be money, time, energy, your talents, your skill set, your ideas. Okay? The 4 of Cups, just like the 4 of Pentacles, it again brings me that similar sense of isolation. Okay, I don't know where it's coming from. Typically this card speaks of discontentment, dissatisfaction of sometimes of some kind. I'm sorry, it may be boredom, but in this reading, Scorpio, it really feels as if you are really okay with yourself and being with yourself. Like you are creatively, magically, maybe physically, maybe sensually, or even sexually, like energized, and you want to create, manifest. You want to test your ideas in practice, and hence you enjoy your time alone. It's like it's your luxury. And with the 3 of Cups, I feel you may anyway be exceptionally sociable at this time, or maybe you need to spend your time among people for work or personal reasons, and that's why you really appreciate and cherish your time alone, where you can fully be yourself in that element of water and create, be creative. Maybe you read cards, maybe you have a YouTube channel like me and you read cards. You do something that you can only fully give yourself to when you are alone, perhaps even at night with the moon, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. Now, the Prince of Wands to the Queen of Wands. So this is the Knight to the Queen energy. This tells me that after a period of some kind of energetic, creative, maybe physical momentum as well, with this card, you land in or you tap into the feminine energy of the Queen. And she's at the root of your spread. It's like, to me, it's what supports you energetically. She really strongly resembles a shamanic woman to me here in this deck, and I have said that in at least 2 other readings for other signs. It's almost like an equivalent of the magician, but she specifically works and manifests and heals with fire. Okay, so her strong stance, you see how she's standing, denotes power. This is self-assurance. She knows what she's doing, and you stay strong on your feet, Scorpio. Remember, this is not gender specific. We all have the masculine and feminine sides, and while the feminine is associated with the night, okay, with the element of water, with the moon, everything mysterious, the masculine is about action, fire, and light. So to some extent, this Queen combines both masculine and feminine, water and fire, with that feminine element being predominant, and that feminine element being the source of those psychic, shamanic manifestation, creation abilities. There is a creation ability in this energy as well, because feminine energy is about birthing, right? So this is very strong, very powerful. Now your cards to the right, let's look at them. We have 2, 7, and 4 of Swords here in a row, okay? So there's peace and deep rest in your headspace. This totals to 13, and 13 sums down to 4. So it really highlights that the 4 of Swords, which is the last card in this like combination of those 3 cards of Swords, This is really that energy that you're tapping into, that deep meditation, higher mind activation, okay? And it takes you to the Hierophant, so it makes perfect sense. 2 to the 7 is 9. 9 of Swords, which is anxiety, fear, depression, losing sleep at night, worrying about something, overthinking. And 9 to the 10 of Swords, there's an ending and release of that energy as well. So with the 4 of Swords, you go into that place and space of deep meditation, rest, and it also leads to higher mind activation for you. It takes you to the energy of the Hierophant. Okay. And the Hierophant is number 5, which is the number of change. And you also have the 2 of Coins, which in this deck particularly speak of change. So we have 2 cards of change right here. Okay. Very profound transformation that is happening in your headspace. And headspace is both intellectual, that human level, let's say, and the higher mind as well. So this is the bridge between the heavenly and earthly, between that higher and the lower. Access to that wisdom, and that is the Hierophant, with the Judgment energy right next to it as well. That is powerful. With the Judgment energy next to the Hierophant, what is happening is that you hear, or you heard, or you will hear a profound divine calling, like to wake up in whatever area of life. For a lot of you, this is very spiritual. It's almost like a vocation, but it may be about your career, relationship, about anything. But there's a strong call to wake up. It's like your connection to the divine, the universe, to God, however you call it, it's deepening here. And it's widening and really growing in all dimensions. So even if it relates to something earthly for you, it still is extremely profound, and it also uplifts and elevates your soul. It's still very soul-based, heart-based, and spiritual, whatever area of life it relates to. Maybe your physical health as well, like a resurrection, but it also feels spiritual and profound if that's your story, okay? So you heard that vocation, that calling, okay? And it feels like a return to life, to the source with the Judgment, okay? Back into that connection with the divine. And with the 2 of Coins next to Judgment, it's like you really weighed your options. You made a conscious choice to act upon this wake-up call. You made a conscious choice to invest yourself into the right option, whether it's a job, a creative project, a relationship, a path of life. Maybe the vocation is about your soul calling, and you take it. You weigh options and you choose the right direction. But what is key is that you decide to invest yourself in the right option. I see this for you. And so what happens is, with the Ace of Coins, it just confirms that you chose the right option, the Pentacle with absolutely biggest potential, and your miraculous new opening is manifesting in a tangible, palpable, material form. Money or anything else, it's not limited. It's just about it manifests in a physical form. And it doesn't end here, because this is just the beginning. It manifests, it's a miraculous new opening. You have to recognize it. You have to be open to receiving miracles, because they take many forms. But this is the seed. When you plant it, when you recognize and plant it, it will bring you a long-term abundant crop. It's going to be almost like forever if you want to, if you act upon it wisely. Okay, so it's not a one-time happening. It really changes your life long-term and big time, especially with the cards on the left that we are slowly moving to, okay? So recognize opportunities, as I said, they really take many forms. Small seeds grow rich crops, okay? Be mindful of that and count your blessings daily. Tend to your seeds. Water your seeds. Whatever the seed is for you, whether it's a project of some kind, water it with your dedication, with your creativity, your commitment, with your commitment to expand and grow with that project, to be better and better in what you do. Because it's really just the beginning. So be receptive and be trusting as the universe is knocking on your door, Scorpio. I mean, seriously, it is. And it's not doing it silently. It's trumpeting at your door, okay? And to the left, Scorpio, here is where you come with a bang, like full steam. Tower, The Death card, the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, as I said, is also there. Let's just take it here because it's also that energy of death, endings, and new beginnings. You are the Tower, Scorpio. You bring change, you are the change. And I think I said the same to Cancer. But your energy is obviously amplified. You have outgrown your old forms, so you break free from them. But you're not doing it slowly, brick by brick, just like the judgment is not knocking on your door like quietly. You do it with one attempt, okay? You may have been preparing yourself for some time. You still may be preparing yourself, but when you finally make the move, it's like once and for all. Boom, you're out. The tower is down, right? There's no time to waste, right, Scorpio? You want to live and breathe. You want to create an experience. You want to feel and heal and explore and whatever. So the previous limitations with the tower, a lot of them self-imposed, are being released with the Ten of Wands, right? The burden is being released. And you no longer carry the burden of any kind of restraints and blockages, physical, financial, creative, emotional, mental, spiritual. It really goes on and on because it's limitless and it will be different for everyone, and I hope all of this applies to you. You are resourceful, you can move forward, and that is the Prince of Pentacles. Diligent, committed, focused, move forward. This is the slowest moving knight in the tarot deck, right? But he's the most reliable, focused on the goal, destination, but he's also very committed to and mindful of the journey itself. He's not looking for shortcuts, he's moving forward with that diligence and prudence, okay? He's not looking for workarounds. He's diligent. He lets his heart guide him, the Lovers. He's caring and spreading love. Caring and planting love. That's what he's doing. You have been through painful endings. I think it's with an S. It's multiple, Scorpio. But now it's an end of a painful cycle, really. Ten of Swords feels like the energy of the past, probably relatively recent. But it's gone. It serves to remind you that where you have come to, recognize the place that you have come to, from the place of ruin, okay, right here, to the place of power, okay? Recognize where you have come to with your diligent effort. Appreciate and recognize your accomplishments. And I'll leave it there. And I just saw we are at 16 minutes, the longest reading I've done, but this was quite a complex energy. And you know, I'm going to admit I'm a Scorpio, and it just, Scorpio readings are always the longest, for I think obvious and quite self-explanatory reasons, but I hope you enjoyed. Let's close your reading with the Inner Star Oracle. And if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I really hope that you have a wonderful June, Scorpio. Sacred knowledge, look at this. I really cannot make this up. There is really an elevation. Let's read what the guidebook has to say. There is an abundance of wisdom from Mother Nature, the animals, the stars, the planets, and the universe that we can access, but we often overlook what they can teach us. Such intelligence is the key to our survival, happiness, and spiritual growth. Take a step back from your physical self and connect with that ever-present underlying nature of all life. With ancient practices, tools, and ways of living, can reconnect you to universal truth in order to feel its ultimate love, peace, and connection to all. And this is your affirmation, Scorpio. I am connected with all beings and feel the wisdom of all of life embedded within my body, mind, and spirit. Take care of yourself. Have a good time in June, Scorpio, and I will see you soon. Bye.